There's a part of me that sometimes I need to be reminded of. It's not like I've forgotten it. I just don't talk about it much. Not because I don't want to. I just don't always know how to. It can be a hard thing to remember that there was a different time. I try and hold on to those memories whilst knowing that life has moved on faster than I had expected. You know me. You know me now. You know the me sitting in front of you. But there is a part of me, not very long ago, that you don't know, and that no amount of explaining will do. There was a time when life was different. I still remember the dust storms, when sweating was a normal part of the day, when bucket showers were the norm and the desert was only a mile away. I still remember sleeping outside under the moonlit starry African skies, with only the noise of a fan and the buzzing of mosquitoes and flies. I don't expect you to understand, and that's okay. There was a time when life was different. I still remember the bonfires out in the bush, the Jibo Hills, the long drives on the bumpy roads and taking anti-malarial pills. I still remember the familiar smell before a rainstorm, playing football out in the dusty streets, the bleating of goats in the morning and our thorn bush Christmas trees. I don't expect you to understand, and that's okay. There was a time when life was different. I still remember the overcrowded buses and the donkey carts, the dried up riverbeds, the baobab trees silhouetting as the sun sets, the sky a mix of oranges and reds. I still remember the power cuts and the massive termite mounds, the 50-degree heat and bare feet on the sandy ground. I don't expect you to understand, and that's okay. There was a time when life was different. I still remember the long drives to the capital, the brochettes and BSAP, the bottle cap collections, and my parents' siesta nap. I still remember the ducks, the chickens, and the rabbits, the old rocky tennis courts, and the scorpion-infested sandpits. I don't expect you to understand, and that's okay. There was a time when life was different. I still remember the peages and the long border crossing, the military convoys and the cool car air conditioning. I still remember the dorm and nights out on the court, camping by the river, sitting on sand dunes, smiling at the freedom that it brought. I don't expect you to understand, and that's okay. There was a time when life was different. I remember the laughs, the tears, and the uncertainty, the adventure, the friendships, the grass hut villages, and the noisy city. I remember the floods, the droughts, the terrorist warnings, the church attacks of 2015, and the missionary prayer gatherings. I don't expect you to understand, and that's okay. There was a time when life was different. With one step into the cabin and a quick glance back over the wings, 15 years and it's gone in an instant. A new country, a new way of living, uprooting, adapting, changing, a new beginning. There is the part of me that you know. I think the hardest part is not the memories themselves, but it's searching for the box of memories and realizing how far under the bed it is hidden and how far away that world has become. But sometimes it's important to remember, even if it hurts. It's learning to let go whilst not forgetting. It's learning that there was a time for that and there is now a time for this. Holding on to the memories of a place once called home and knowing things have changed since. And when no one else can understand, because no one else has seen, it's remembering that God understands. God has seen. He was there. He's collected those memories, the good ones and the tough. And that's more than okay. That is enough.